With us now is Karyn Schoenbart, and she is the author of Mom BA, and she's the CEO of NPD. There's a lot of letters there, but we're going to explain it all. Welcome to the show, Karyn. How are you?
I'm great, Donna. Thanks so much for having me.
I was so excited when I got to hear you speak that I basically just rushed up to the stage and I said, I would love to know you. Such a dynamic presenter. And you were talking about the things that people could discover. Why did you write Mom BA? What is this all about?
Well, Donna, when my daughter Danielle first started working in advertising, she knew all these things that her peers didn't know. And here she is at 21 years old, doling out advice to her friends about dealing with their boss or dealing with their client. And she realized she knew these things because she had me as a live-in mentor her whole life. So, an example, true story. When Danielle was 6 years old and she and her little friend wanted to have a sleepover, I made them give a presentation on why they should have a sleepover. So here she is at 6 years old learning how to give presentations. And she said she felt like she got a Mom BA. And she said, you should write a book for people who didn't have a mother or father like you growing up, so they could learn all the things that she learned over coffee at the kitchen table that others might not know.
Now, you didn't just wake up one day and become a CEO.
No.
So what were some of your early steps? Let's talk about your process.
Well, neither of my parents went to college, and when I was a little girl, there really weren't very many role models in business. So I wanted to be a teacher. When I graduated from school, there were no teaching jobs, and I kind of fell into this gig in market research. And I just worked hard and got promoted and worked hard and got promoted. And I never expected to have this amazing career. But I've been very fortunate. And most of my life, I actually suffered from the imposter syndrome, which I think you're aware of. It's a syndrome where people who are very capable, feel like they're going to be discovered as fraud. And because I didn't have a business degree, I always worried that someone was going to tap me on the shoulder and say, we caught you, you don't really belong. Exactly.
But here you are in the C-suite, and you are knocking it out of the park. So what is your favorite part about being the CEO of the company that you work with?
Well, first of all, I love my job. And a lot of people think I work for the New York Police Department, but it's not the NYPD, it's just NPD.
Yes.
We're the eighth largest market research company in the country. And we work with really cool categories and the world's leading brands and retailers. And what we do is we take all this data that we get, we combine it with our industry expertise, and we help them make better products for people like us.
Forecasting the trends.
Exactly, and helping them decide what the right product is, how to put the right product in the right place at the right time for the right people. And we do it in all these really cool industries like video games and beauty and apparel and sports and footwear and consumer electronics
and toys.
And it's very gratifying because we can really impact what products consumers get to use as a result of our advising these companies on what to do.
One of the recent studies that we were talking about in the green room was IHOP, International House of Pancakes, right? So IHOP is short for that. By the way, I love their logo. Don't you just love that smile? Yeah. Super cute. And what was it that NPD helped them discover?
Well, they recently announced that they were launching gluten-friendly pancakes.
Okay.
And NPD's research helped them come to that decision. So that would be an example of the kinds of things we do. We also have a really cool app. You could actually download it on your phone, Donna.
Okay.
That is called Receipt Pal. And we have consumers take pictures of their receipts and their online receipts as well. And it helps you organize all of your receipts. And then with your permission, and of course with all the privacy rules in place, we use that information to help drive product development for major retailers, major restaurants, major brands, so that they can come out with better products.
Now, is it going to help me enter to win something? Do I win free pancakes or anything? Or
yeah, you get prizes, and it's sort of fun.
Really?
It's gamified.
I like prizes.
Oh yeah, it's a great
prizes.
app called Receipt Pal.
Lots of success has happened through the doors, and your company has grown tremendously. What do you attribute that success to? Is it your corporate culture? Like, what makes it such a great place to be?
One of the hallmarks of NPD is we believe in growth.
Okay.
And we're a very innovative company, and we're looking to grow, and we're growing. And when you're at a growing company, you can provide a lot of opportunities for people. And also, because we're in 20 different industries, people really like working there, because if you have a passion for video games, or you have a passion for footwear or restaurants, you can work in something that you also have a passion for. And so we've got great employees. It always starts with that. We've got great clients, and we're a privately held company. And so we invest for the long term, and that's what helps us grow. We invest in innovating and invest in the long term.
One of the things that you shared from the stage that I thought was so powerful is that you said when you got the call for the promotion, what was your kind of gut reaction? Do you mind sharing that? Because I think it's so powerful, and many of us can relate to that.
Sure. So I was running a group called Beauty, Home, and Fashion, loved my job, and my boss moved on to an innovation project. As I said, we do a lot of innovating. And the owner of the company, Todd Johnson, came to me and offered me the position as group president across all the business units. Well, guess what I said?
Who, me?
I said no.
No.
Who says no? I mean, when I tell the story to men, they're like, what did you said no? And Todd very wisely said, I think you should go home and sleep on that. So I drove home. I cried the whole way home. I got home and I was talking to my husband, Brad. And Brad said, I don't understand. He said, you told me you have the best revenue growth, the best client satisfaction, the best profit growth, the best employee satisfaction. Clearly, you're the best person for the job. What's the problem? I said, I don't know. I'm not sure. I love my job, and I don't know that if I want this bigger job. And then he said something, Donna, that changed my life. He said, you know, Kar, if you don't take that job, someone else will. And I thought, ooh. Okay, wait a minute. And I had to do some real soul searching, and I really thought about it and what we had accomplished, and I realized that I was the best person for the job. Now, even 30 years later, I'm sitting here, 20 years later, and it's still uncomfortable to say I was the best person for the job. Now, I don't know whether that's, I'm a baby boomer, it's not polite, it wasn't polite for young girls to kind of brag, whatever, or the imposter syndrome. But it was hard for me to say that. But I went in the next day, I took the job, I'm glad I did. And we've been successful, and it's been a great career journey. But it was hard to claim that.
Is that one of the reasons that you love speaking? Because you do some corporate speaking. Is it that you want people to be able to give themselves to be a permission slip for themselves to say yes?
Yeah, it's a way of paying it forward.
Okay.
Korn Ferry recently did a study among 57-ish CEOs, women CEOs, many of whom were in the Fortune 1000. And Donna, 65% of women CEOs said that the first time they realized that they could actually be CEO was when someone told them they could.
Wow.
And so I believe that women in particular, not everybody's going to be a CEO, but women in particular need that push. They need that encouragement. They need somebody to give them permission. They need somebody to say, get out of your comfort zone. Go for that job. Take a risk. What's the worst thing that's going to happen? And so I was fortunate in my life. I had people who believed in me and pushed me, and I've, thank goodness, been successful. I think it's very important to try to be those role models for people so that they can see that it's possible. It's possible to be happily married, have children, have a career. And I'm not saying there aren't sacrifices, but it is possible.
Thank you very much for joining us. Mom BA, available online. People can
pretty much anywhere.
Pretty much anywhere. So Mom BA, Karyn Schoenbart, thank you so much. I can't wait now to go into some of the stores of the clients that I know that you've been working with to see what the trends have told us to buy or to see or to do. It's fabulous to have you here, and I wish you all the best of luck to you, your daughter, and all of your employees that you lead. So thank you very, very much for being here.
Thank you, Donna.
There you go. How cool is she? That's why I had to have her on. Okay, we love you, our dear audience. Thank you so much, and please keep writing to us. We love your ideas, we love your suggestions, and we love hearing your success stories. Thanks for watching. Well, after we closed the cameras, we were talking about our children. I was talking about Andrew, Elise, and Matthew, and then she was telling me not only does she have her daughter Danielle, but she also has a son named Eric. So Eric is somebody you love as well, and we just don't want to exclude anybody. We love all of our children. So tell me a little bit about Eric.
Well, poor Eric, because the book started with Danielle, he gets the short shift, but he's terrific. He's into math and computers. He has a great job, but he also takes time to be on the board of directors of a charity called the Resolution Project. He does political fundraising, and if that's not enough, he also runs marathons.
There you go. Now, do you run it all?
No, and my kids are both happily married. They've got great jobs, and we're close, and that's the most important thing of all.
100%. Family matters. It all starts with family, and we send our love to your family from our family, and all of our collective children. Be well.